Coming up on today's episode. Welcome back once again to YouTube. Here with you at the again. I'm at the bench, but you're not. You're looking at my new storage shelves. And yes, I have started populating them. I think some of you probably question the need, I guess, for the taller middle shelves there, the one with just 4 shelves. I think you can understand that now. You can look next to it on each side, and you can see both of those items on the second and the bottom shelf would not fit in a normal, 5-shelf design. So that is why they are like that. Let me point this down just a hair more. There. Now I don't think you could see all the stuff I was seeing. Anyway, like I said, there you go. The one on the bottom now, the Bear tape recorder, you can see in front there would fit, but the one in the back in the case would not. So I do have another case to put in there, so I'm going to end up setting that one inside the case too when I get it off the kitchen table. Now what I have done is basically cleaning things off the kitchen table. That was my goal, one of my goals I should say, not my total goal, but one of my goals in doing this, because I'm trying my best to get things out of my general living quarters, I guess is the best way to put it, and into here that go in here. So that includes the things on the kitchen table. It would be actually kind of neat to be able to use the kitchen table for what the kitchen table is for. So anyway, that's just one of the things. Now you can see there that pretty much takes up all of the space. I wanted to get that middle one in the middle, and then just maybe you see where the little support bracket for the one on the left is kind of in the middle of that shelf. I was going to do that on both sides, but it doesn't really matter. One side or the other, just like it is fine. Again, it's not perfectly aligned or whatever you want to call it, but they are pretty close. And like I said, once you get things on them, they'll settle down. They'll be pretty much all the same. Like I said, some of them are sitting a little high. The ones on the end are sitting high because there's no real weight on them. And so that's one of the things. So anywho, that's that. I don't know how much footage I got of me building that last pair of shelves there, or set of shelves. The one that's on the left hand side is the one I built right after I built a four shelf board the other day. I just didn't film that after making me building the 4 shelf unit. So anyway, the one on the right I just now finished building. Like I said, basically I have some footage on. I think I was using my little Kodak PlaySport, and I don't know how much of it to film, because when I got up to look at it, it was gone. There was nothing on the screen. So I don't know if I forgot to hit the record button, or I'm pretty sure I hit it, or it just timed out, because it did take me a few minutes to build that, because that was start to finish on that one. So if there is any footage, you will have seen that, or will have seen it, or something in this video. And if not, I don't know yet. I haven't looked back through it. So that's the task at hand, and that's going to wrap up my shelf building for a while. I did have to go back to Home Depot this morning and get 2 more of the 1x2 8-foot boards. That was the only thing I was lacking. I had the 1x3s tall enough to make 2 in the front. Oh yeah, and I had to get another shelf board too. I didn't have any more shelves. So that was like $16 for both those. So of course, as usual, Home Depot The thing is with Home Depot, I don't know if you're going to Home Depot to shop and you pick out your stuff, you go check out, that's fine. It works great. But if you're like me, and I try to use the Walmart approach to shopping, going in and doing it all online, then, you know, it does not work out very well. For one thing, the Home Depot app is a piece of garbage. Here's what I did. I ordered the stuff online this morning early, and then I went down, or told them to text me when it was ready. They text, and I also got a little notification on my phone, because it does have the app on it, that items are ready to be picked up. Of course, I had chosen curbside, and as such, I got down there, and I had used the app to check to make sure it was in the app and everything. It was in there, so I went down to Home Depot, pulled into the curbside pickup #1 slot. There was absolutely nobody else there in the curbside pickup area. Wonder why. So then I pulled up the app again. You have to let them know you're there. Basically, you tell them the color of your car, kind of type of sedan or SUV or whatever. Did that, and then after that, you're supposed to be able to scroll down, hit done, and then it will check you in or whatever. And the app would not do that. Well, first of all, that was the problem I ran into the last time. But this time when I got down there, the first thing it told me was, after I'd already looked at the app at home, and it was fine. Now I got down to the store, and it said you need an update before we can do anything. So I had to sit there, and while that updated, that probably took 15, 20 minutes, I don't know. And so anyway, after I got it back on, that's when it told me, or when I tried to check in, and it didn't work. It just wouldn't go. And I tried that several times, as I've done that before. Finally, I called Home Depot, and of course I got the lady there probably at the service desk or whatever, and told her my problem. She said, no problem. She said, what you want to do is leave that area, go down to the Pro section under the canopy down there, and there will be somebody to meet you with your lumber. And I said, okay. So I did that, and sure enough, there was a guy standing there waiting on me, and put it in the car, and away I came home. So as long as you can get a hold of somebody at the store and do it that way, it works fine. They're right on the ball, but it's just the app that they use is pure garbage. It doesn't work, and it has I don't know if that was the update trying to fix it from the last time or what, but it does not work. Like I said, you put in your color of your car and your type of car, and then you're supposed to be able to scroll down, and I don't even know, because I've never actually gotten that far. It won't let you get that far. It locks up there. It doesn't do anything. You can sit there all day long, and I have tried sitting there quite a while, and it does not do anything. So the girl, when I did call, she laughed when I said the app just sitting there wouldn't let me do anything. She said, yeah, she said, I understand. She said, she apologized. But like I said, it's just, it is what it is. The people there at the store can't help it. You know, they're not the ones that programmed it. And it's typical of any corporate type app. CVS's is very similar. I hate CVS's online stuff. Theirs is the worst. But most of them are. They don't know what they're doing. Their online presence is not that good, and Walmart is, of course, the leader in that. I think Amazon, maybe, they're pretty good too. But as far as being able to pick up things like that, I think Walmart's probably the best. But anywho, I digress, as they say. It is done. I did get my hot air rework station in the mail yesterday. It is sitting down here at the left of the camera view, down there on the chair. And I have looked it over a little bit. I haven't actually gotten it out because my bench is such a mess. I decided I would wait and do it when I felt like it. And I didn't feel like it. So, and I'm just about to talk myself into using the soldering iron on that particular port again. Because for one thing, I don't know, I'd like to kind of practice a little bit with the hot air rework station a little bit before I actually go and tackle something like that. Not that I don't think I can do it, because like I said, the way I had planned to do it was just basically put a piece of cardboard around that to where the only thing that was open was the pins off of that port and where they connected, and that should keep all the heat off of anything else and allow that to work. I don't know why it wouldn't. If you know what I'm saying, especially at that 200 degrees Celsius, I don't think it would be any worth the while. I think it would work just fine. But again, I think it's like anything else you do until you get to do it. It's the same way with soldering. I didn't start out soldering as good as I do now, but practice makes perfect, as you all know. And so that's what you have to do with that as well. And when and if I ever do go with welding like I want to do, that's going to be the same thing there. You're going to have to practice at it. You're not just going to sit down and lay down a perfect bead. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. So anywho, I know I'm blabbing, but that's I start to say that's what I get paid for. I was watching the Hot Rod Drag Week coverage. They have it live on every day while it's going on. And they have the David Friedberger, whatever his name is. He's one of the announcers. And then there's another guy. And, of course, the other guy's probably a paid type guy, you know what I mean. He does a pretty good job. But the other one, I guess he's the color commentator. And they go back and forth, and it's really kind of, I won't say comical, but it's kind of wears on your nerves a little bit when you have to watch that stuff. And you kind of wish they could just give you the statistics and from the runs and things like that, and leave the commentary to somebody that knows what they're doing. Obviously, those guys don't know. So, but to be fair, the guy that does it for a living probably knows more than the other one. So, but he's Hot Rod puts on the event, so he's got to be in there, I'm sure. But as the editor or former editor of Hot Rod. So anyway, that's that. But I've been kind of watching that. Sometimes, I think it goes on to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. And I don't watch it all, but I watch it, if I'm in here, I've got it on the big monitor and I can listen to it, things like that. The other thing I wanted to cover was the weather. We have had a change in weather. For those who will be getting this weather, you'll love it. I know Bill will. I think when I got up this morning, I don't remember what the temperature was, but it was cool. I went outside to do something, and it was 94 here yesterday, I think, at the high that it got. Today it was in the 60s when I went out, and like I said, it was very, very comfortable. I opened my windows going down to Home Depot, and I was almost too cold. So that should give you an idea of what's going on there. But they had said that on the weather reports. I know that it's supposed to be a drastic change today, and it was. So anybody that's looking forward to that, I hope you enjoy it. I don't think it will last a long, long time. I believe it will get warm again. That's just my own feelings because of past years and things like that. But again, that's not bad. That's not unbearable. I was out there cutting wood, and it was very comfortable out there doing that. And again, like I say, that's a nice sunny day, and temperatures in the 60s or even low 70s. That's not bad at all. So anyway, that's that. That's my weather update and my shelf update. Let's see if there's anything else. I know this week's gonna kind of be a bummer, but I figured this would be better than nothing. Looking at my shelves, and of course I will bring you back once I populate the entire shelves and show you the what the aftermath is like in the kitchen from what it was and what it is now and things like that. So that will be helpful. I did get some more cleaning products yesterday. I did grocery. I had a big day yesterday. I went to the doctor at 9. Got a good report there. I think 6.6. I think on my A1C. Whatever it was, I think it's supposed to be below 7 or whatever it is. I was well below that. Doctor was pleased that I'd lost 4 pounds, which I didn't expect. Blood pressure is 120/72. That was perfect. You know, everything was good. All the numbers were good, and he was very pleased with that. So I was in and out of there pretty quick, and I always am glad of that. So that was the first thing I did. Then I got home, and well, actually, I didn't even get home. I went by CVS, picked up my, I think, 2 prescriptions that I had waiting for me, and got those home. And then I wrote my rent check, which I always do on the Social Security payday, and I went down to the bank, paid that. Then I had already got on the computer earlier before I went to the doctor and ordered groceries. So as soon as I got back, it was almost time to go get those. So I went and picked up the groceries again. Can't say enough good about Walmart's grocery pickups, at least here. And I know it's different where you go and things like that, but here it's been perfect. I pulled into the space. There was one other car there. They were bringing that out as I pulled in. I did their app. I do their app all the time because it works perfectly. Again, it asks you what space you're in and the color of your car, and you hit check in or whatever you do, and it says, okay, we'll be right out. And by gosh, they were right out. As soon as the guy had finished putting groceries in the car next to me, he went in and came right back out with my order and proceeded to put that in the truck. So I just can't, like I said, just can't say enough good about it. They're on the ball at Walmart. So as far as that's concerned. So anywho, that's that. The only thing I probably had a little problem because I thought, and this is what I get for thinking sometimes, but I thought I had bought instant tea. The last time I went, they were out of the usual tea I get, so I didn't get anything. So I thought, well, it'd be smart of me would be to buy some instant tea and sugar, and if in case they are out, I can make my own. Because I used to drink that all the time when I used to go visit my sister in Vivi. She always made instant iced tea, and it was really good. So I thought, well, I could do that, and I bought a pitcher even to do that. That was another comical thing. You could choose either a gallon pitcher or a 2-quart pitcher, and I chose the gallon. And before you go pick up your groceries, you get substitutions. One of the substitution was that they were out of the gallon size, and it said they substitute to 2-quart. Well, that was okay, but so it's not a big deal to me. Making 2 quarts or a gallon, it doesn't really matter to me. But so it's obviously more convenient to make a gallon at a time. When you drink it every day. But like I said, not a big deal. And so that was the way that worked. So obviously by the looking at the clock on here, I've been talking for 13 minutes plus. I know you probably won't be able to tell it, but the camera stopped in the middle of this. This is not the same clip that I made at the start of this when I started talking about these shells. I just merely started right where I left off, and I will cut that in, and you probably won't even notice it. But it did shut off, and again, this camera it doesn't, it's not that annoying. I guess I'm still using it, but it does continue to mess up now and then. So anyway, that's that. Can't really complain a whole lot, like I said. I think that's going to do me. Next week, videos will be getting back to the electronics. I might, show you a clip of the shelves with more stuff on them, things like that. But I probably will do the finish up on the Bluetooth speaker and maybe start out on something else. I'm not really sure yet what we're doing, or what I'm doing, I should say. But that's what's going on there. So in the meantime, you guys have a great day. Thank you so very, very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. And we will see ya. Bye-bye.